Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man Deezy's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N1 list today. As always, I'll go over new kanji we see by hopefully coming up with a fun way to remember it by the radicals that make up the kanji. We'll go over its readings, its meanings, and its pronunciations as well. If we see a new word but it's made a kanji we already know, we're just going to write these down 3 to 5 times and go over the meanings of each kanji and how they come together to make our new word. If you don't want to listen to me write these down 10 times for new kanji and 3 to 5 times for old kanji and say them out loud as I do so, head on over to YouTube and you can skip ahead to the pronunciation or to the explanations. And if you just want these word lists, head on over to Google Drive. Our first word of the day is shuzai. Shu on the left side for to take up, and zai on the right side. Usually this means materials or resources, or lumber, timber in the literal sense. But in this case, we're talking about news coverage. We're talking about collecting or taking up information of the day. News coverage, collecting data, covering, or interview is shuzai. Shuzai is collecting data, getting the news coverage for the day. Shuzai. Shuzai is news coverage. Coverage or collecting data. Shuzai. Shuzai. Shuzai desu. Number 2 is a gyoson. This is a literal translation for gyo on the left side, fish, and mura or son on the right side, village. This is a fish village or a fishing village. A gyoson is a fishing village. Gyoson is a fishing village. Gyoson. Gyoson desu, a fishing village. Gyoson is a fishing village. Gyoson. Gyoson is a fishing village. Gyoson. Gyoson. Number 3 is inkyo. In on the left side for to hide away or conceal, and kyo on the right side for exist or to be. So inkyo is existing in kind of hiding or in retirement. In this case, we're talking about retirement or a retired person. Retirement is inkyo, existing in concealment. That doesn't sound great, but it's what it means. Inkyo is existing in concealment or retirement. Inkyo. Inkyo is retirement or a retired person. Inkyo desu. Inkyo is retirement or a retired person. Number 4 is settoku. Setsu on the left side for an explanation, and toku on the right side for a benefit. This is kind of earning someone or some things approval via explanation, or gaining something by explanation or persuasion. Settoku is gaining something by explanation or persuasion. Settoku. Settoku is gaining something from explanation or a persuasion. Settoku. Settoku. Gaining via explanation or persuasion. Settoku. desu. Settoku is persuasion. Settoku. Number 5 is yugamu. Yugamu is our transitive verb for warping, to swerve, to deflect, to be perverted, or to be strained. Yugamu. Yugamu. And it uses two radicals, one on the top, fu, meaning not, and underneath we have tadashi, or meaning correct or justice. So if something's not correct or straight, in this case, it is warped, bent, strained, or distorted. Wai, e, or yugamu is warp, bend, or strain. Yugamu is our... Sorry, this is intransitive. Something is yuganda. Yuganda ita. Warped, swerved, or deflected. Yugamu. Not straight. Yugamu. Kani y or e. Yugamu y or e. Yugamu y or e is warped, distorted, bent, or strained. Yugamu. Intransitive verb for to warp, bend, strain, or to be perverted. Yugamu. Yugamu is to warp, bend, strain, or to be perverted. Yugamu. Number 6 is nageku. 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 Nageku? Nageku. Nageku と思うけど、ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと one minute. We're gonna see how this thing's really pronounced. ちょっと待って。Nageku. Pronunciation. Nageku. Give me that orbo. Nageku. Nageku. Na. Nageku. Pronunciation, emphasis on get. Nageku. To lament, to grieve, to regret, or to deplore, with our radicals for a mouth on the left side. So it's something you say, a lament or a grieving. And on the right side, we have the radical for China. So you lament China. Maybe this is from a very old time when the Chinese invaded the Japanese. Also pronounced tan, which is sigh, lament, moan, or grieve. Tan or nageku is to sigh, to lament, or to grieve. With our mouth, speaking of China. It's a shame when something nationalistic comes along like that, but if there's a reason that you might think that the Japanese might not like the Chinese, I think it's ingrained in their language as much as any other real reason to not like them. Nageku. Hokani tan. Nageku or tan is to lament, grieve, and moan. Nageku. Nageku desu. Nageku. 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 Kani tan is to grieve, lament, or moan. Nageku. Nageku. Number 7 is shimatsu. Shi on the left side for start, and matsu on the right side for the end. So this literally translates from beginning to end, or beginning and end. meaning you're the management of something, dealing with it from beginning to end. It can also mean the course of events, its beginning to end, its outcome, how it ended up after the beginning, or economizing. And the way I think this could mean economizing, meaning like, you know how you kind of have to plan forward things in order to get kind of full use out of your money for that thing. I think this is what it's referring to. Have you thought about it and economized from beginning to end? Shimatsu is management, dealing with outcome, course of events. Shimatsu. Shimatsu is management, dealing with outcome, or the turn of events. Shimatsu. Literally beginning and end. Shimatsu. Number 8 is iji. Iji, I on the left side meaning an idea or a thought, and ji on the right side meaning the ground. Literally, this is the ground. So if your thoughts are like the ground and unmovable, then you are stubborn. Stubbornness, iji. Obstinacy, pride. It could also mean disposition, or an appetite or desire. And for appetite and desire, I like to think it's, you're keeping thoughts of the earth in your mind rather than thoughts of heaven or some afterlife kind of deal. So your appetite or desires, your iji. 他に stubbornness, obstinacy, or pride. Iji. Iji is stubbornness or pride. Iji is stubbornness, pride, and desires. Iji. Iji is stubbornness, pride, or desires. Iji. Stubbornness, pride, or desires. Iji. Iji desu. Number 9 is kappatsu. Katsu on the left side for kind of lively, living, and energy. And hatsu on the right side for to give off or to let out. So kappatsu is giving off energy and liveliness. Lively, active, vigorous, animated, or brisk is kappatsu. Kappatsu desu. Kappatsu is a na adjective. Kappatsu is lively, vigorous, or active. Kappatsu. Kappatsu is lively, vigorous, or active. Kappatsu na ko da na. He's a lively kid. Kappatsu is lively, active, or vigorated. Kappatsu. Kappatsu. Number 10 is hirio. Hi on the left side is our new kanji for fertilizer, getting fat, fertile, or mature. And ryo on the right side is usually a resource, something that is used for something, a fee, a cost. So hi ryo is something that is used for fertilizer or manure. This is kind of materials for fertilization. Pronounced koeru or hi, this kanji has our month radical on the left side. And on the right side, this radical is really just comma shaped, is kind of the translation. But the way I'm kind of thinking of it is the moon is pooping out this long string. And I know that's gross, but that's what I'm thinking of. Koeru or hi is fertilizer or manure. Koeru or hi is fertilizer or manure. Fertilizing or getting mature. Fertilizer. Koeru or hi. In this case, Hiryo no hi is fertilizer. Hiryo no hi. Hiryo no hi. Hiryo no hi. ちょっと待って。Let me double check that this is written the way. Hiryo. Hiryo is fertilizer. Hiryo. Plus ryo on the right side for materials. Hiryo is manure or fertilizer. Number 11 is toku shoku. Toku on the left side for special or unique, and shoku on the right side is our color kanji. This really means a special color in the sense that a person is colorful. A characteristic or a feature is literally a colorful, special part of someone. Tokushoku is a characteristic, feature, more literally, a personal color. Tokushoku is someone's personal color or features. Tokushoku. Tokushoku is someone's personal color or features. Tokushoku. Tokushoku desu. Tokushoku. Tokushoku. Finally, number 12 is jisen. Jitsu on the left side for reality or true, and sen on the right side is our new kanji for treading, stepping on, or practice. Radicals in this kanji are a leg or a foot on the left side, and on the right side we have our radical, for money. This was an old radical for money. So it's kind of put your money where your mouth is, except it's instead of put your money on where your feet are, put your money on what you're stepping on, putting it into practice and not just theorizing about it. Fumu or sen is to tread, step on, or practice. So jisen literally translates to stepping or treading in reality, practice, putting into practice or implementation. Jisen. Jisen no sen. Jisen is tread on or practice. Jisen no sen. Jisen no sen. Jisen no sen is treading on or practicing. Jisen no sen is tread on or practice. Hokani fumu, which I can only imagine translates to something like treading on. Right? That makes sense. Jisen no sen is treading on or practice. Jisen no sen. Jisen no sen. Together with jitsu on the left side, we have putting into practice. Walking out and doing it in reality. Jisen. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we put some good pins in our memory for where the memorizations are going to go. Make sure you're making flashcards to remember these long term. You're doing something to immerse yourself in Japanese. Our first word of the day was news coverage or collecting data with shuzai. Shu on the left side for taking up, and zai on the right side. usually for lumber or resources, but in this case we're taking up the news coverage as resources. A fishing village is a gyoson, gyo on the left side for fish, and son on the right side for a village. Retirement or a retired person is inkyo. In on the left side for seclusion or concealment, and kyo on the right side for existence or to be. To be in seclusion is retirement or a retired person. Persuasion is settoku, or gaining benefit through explanation. Settoku. Settoku desu. To warp, to swerve, to deflect, to be perverted, or to be strained is yugamu. Yugamu is our intransitive verb for being warped or strained, with hu on the top of tadashi. Yugamu is to be warped, strained, or perverted. To lament, to grieve, to regret, or to deplore is nageku. Nageku. With our radicals for a mouth and China, unfortunately. Nageku. Management, dealing with course of events, outcome, or economizing is shimatsu. Dealing with something from beginning to end, or planning from beginning to end in the case of economizing, shimatsu. Stubbornness, obstinacy, pride, disposition, appetite, or desire is iji. E on the left side for thoughts or ideas, and G on the right side for earth. Your thoughts are unmovable like the earth, stubborn, iji. Lively, active, or vigorous is kappatsu, or giving off or letting out. Vigorous, vigor, or liveliness. Katsu on the left plus hatsu on the right, kappatsu. Manure or fertilizer is nandana, hiryo, heat on the left side for the poop coming out of the moon, and ryo on the right side for fee or materials. Hiryo is manure or fertilizer. A characteristic feature, or more literally translated, personal color is tokushoku. Toku on the left side for special, plus shoku on the right side for color, tokushoku. And finally, putting into practice or implementation of something is jisen. With reality on the left side, jitsu, and sen on the right side for to tread on or practice. Jisen is to practice in reality or implement. Thanks for watching today, everybody. Hope you had a good Monday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.